Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a review slash first impression on the new brand called Flesh Beauty. So if you're not familiar with Flesh Beauty, this is a new prestige brand by Revlon that's available at Ulta. So everything is available right now if you guys are wanting to check them out. But in this video, I'm going to be doing some swatches. I'm also going to be demoing the products on my face. And at the end of the video, I'll let you guys know my thoughts on the products, whether or not I like them, whether or not, you know, they're worth it. So I did pick up 2 of the foundation sticks. I picked up the highlighter and I also picked up the eyeshadow palette. They have so many other products for this brand, but these are the only ones that really stood out to me that I really wanted to do a review on. So yes, and I'm super excited. You guys have actually been asking me to do a review on some of the products, so I didn't want to go crazy and pick up pretty much everything from the line, so I just picked up the products that I know I would use. So yes, if you guys are interested in seeing how I created this look and also hearing my thoughts on this new brand, then let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start out with the foundation first, and then we're gonna work our way on to the highlighter and the eyeshadow palette. So starting out with the foundation, I did pick up 2 shades because I did not know what shade I was gonna be in this little foundation stick. So I picked up the shade 33 Hazelnut and also 29 Cinnamon. So the packaging is really cute. It's like a baby pink and chocolate packaging, which I think is really cute. So you do get 0.16 ounces of product in these. So I'll go ahead and open them up so you guys can see them side by side. So this is what they look like. Very small, very cute, very tiny. Now let's see what the inside looks like. So I'm gonna twist it all the way up to see how much product is in here, which is not a lot. This one is in the shade 29 Cinnamon. So this is the product. This is how much you get, which is not much at all. So I don't know. These are $18 a piece. So it's a little pricey for the small amount of product you get in here. I think they were 18, let me make sure. Yeah, $18 a piece. So again, that was 29 Cinnamon, and then I picked up 33 Hazelnut, which is a little bit darker than Cinnamon. So I don't know which one is gonna work, so let's go ahead and swatch them on the face and see which one works the best. Before we do that, I will hold them side by side so you guys can see the color, like the differences. So this is what they look like side by side. This one is 33 Hazelnut, and then this one right here is going to be 29 Cinnamon. So not much of a difference, but Hazelnut looks more cool, and then 29 Cinnamon looks more warm tone. I'm gonna start with Hazelnut first and see how it swatches. That actually looks like a good match, and it kind of tugged the skin when I swatched it on the skin. It kind of tugged a little bit, so it did feel kind of thick, but there's that one. So there's Cinnamon. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think I'm gonna go with Cinnamon. I'm leaning more towards Cinnamon. I don't know. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and apply them on the face. So we're just gonna go with Cinnamon because I feel like this one may be better for me. But just by rubbing it on the face, it's kind of sticky. And I can tell just by the way it feels when I rubbed it on my face. It's gonna be hard to blend it out with a beauty blender. So I'm just gonna use a brush, and I'm taking my flat top foundation brush that is from my brush set to blend this out. It actually is a good match. Like a perfect match. All right, y'all. I'm gonna turn my fan on because I'm getting hot. So if you guys hear like a fan in the background, I do apologize. So let me go turn my fan on real quick. Hold on one second. So this is what one layer of that foundation is looking like on the skin. So it's not a full coverage foundation, but it does match me perfectly. Like this is perfect match. So I'm gonna put a little bit more on the face because I want more of a coverage. So anywhere that I can still see some dark spots. It kind of feels sticky, but it's not sticky, if that makes sense. But I do notice that when I'm rubbing it on the skin, it kind of just, you know, pulls the skin because it feels so thick. But I honestly don't think I would use a beauty blender with this. I should have used it with, I don't know what I was thinking. Let me grab a beauty blender real quick and see if it blends it out. Yeah, no, so no. Do you guys see that? It's not blending out good with a beauty blender. You have to keep pouncing the beauty blender to blend it out, and with that I still feel like it's taking up all the product. I will stick with a brush when using this foundation stick. Now I've used several foundation sticks with my beauty blender, like the Hourglass foundation stick. I think it blends so good with a beauty blender, but I would highly recommend using a flat top kabuki brush like this one. Again, this one is from my brush set. If you guys have not checked out my collab with Peach and Pearl, I did collab with them to create my own brush set for you guys. So I'll have the link in my description if you guys are interested in checking those out. But I would definitely blend this out with a flat top foundation brush. Even any other type of foundation brush, like any of your favorite foundation brushes, I just probably would not use a beauty blender because the foundation is definitely, like, it has a thick consistency. So, and it also kind of feels sticky on the face too. But as far as this shade, it is definitely matching me to the T. All right, so this is what the second layer looks like after I got done blending it out, and I am kind of impressed. Like, this does not look bad at all. The color is perfect. I just feel like it's a little thick. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my face, and then we're gonna jump into the eyeshadow palette and also the highlighter, which I am super excited to try out. So let me go ahead and do the rest of my face, and I'll be right back.
We about to turn it on.
Alright, so the face it's not all the way done because I do want to put on a little blush and then of course try out the highlighter in a few minutes, but I want to go ahead and jump into the eyeshadows because I am very, very curious about this palette. So this is what it looks like. Well, it's not, let me take it out of the box, but this is $38, so it's a little bit pricey, but this is what it looks like from the outside, and it does have a good little weight to it, so it does feel a little expensive. And when you open it, you have a nice size mirror, and then you have all of the shades right here. So there's a mixture of mattes and also metallics, and I'm just gonna hold it back like this so you guys can see the true color, because when I put stuff up close like this, it looks lighter than what it really is. So you do have 3 mattes, and those are the ones at the bottom, and then the other 6 are metallics. So I want to swatch them first and see how they feel. Ooh, whoa, that is pigmented. So let me just swatch all of them really quick so you guys can see. Ooh, those are so pigmented. Let's see how they swatch. Oh. Oh. Ooh. All 3 of those shades can make a good everyday smoky eye. Like, I can just go ahead and tell you guys that right now, because just looking at it, this is a good all matte smoky eye look right there. But they swatch really, really nicely. Now let's see what these metallics are working with, because there's that second row right there. See how they swatch. They don't feel as creamy as most metallics are. Yeah, so they're not, I mean, you can see them, but they're not as creamy and pigmented. Okay, that one was more pigmented than the first two, but let me just do a close-up so you guys can see it better. But I mean, they swatch really nice. They're just not as bright and not as creamy as I thought they would be, but those first three mattes are the bomb. Now for this top row, let's see what this one is working with. Yeah, they don't feel like, it doesn't feel like a expensive palette. It literally feels like a drugstore palette, but they do swatch nicely, but just not, I feel like it's not a $38, like they don't feel like $38 shadows, like a $38 eyeshadow palette. But the first three shades are probably the only ones that really caught my attention because they felt really smooth and they swatched really nicely. But the shimmers or the metallics, they didn't really feel like too buttery. They didn't feel rich. They just felt like, you know, like a drugstore metallic shadow. But those are all of those swatches, but we're really gonna see how they actually perform once we start working with them with my my eyeshadow brush. So let's go ahead and try that out. I don't even know, I never know what look I want to go for, but I do want to use this middle shade right here as my transition color because I feel like this is gonna be the perfect transition shade. So I'm gonna take my Sigma E40. I haven't used this brush in a very long time, so I'm just gonna take that and put this color in the crease. And it's not really showing up, which is okay because you don't really want your transition color to be too bold. But as I build the color up more and more, you can definitely see it. It's not too dark, which is what I want. So I'm glad that you can actually build this color up and it actually shows. Some shadows that are this color, the more I build it up, I can still, like, I still don't see it because it matches my skin tone, but it blends out really good. So far so good. Okay, now we're gonna go into the darker shade, this shade right here, and also put this in the crease to darken it up. And one thing that I am noticing is when I'm dipping my brush in this palette, I'm not really experiencing any fallout. Like there's barely little to no fallout with these shadows so far. I think I want to go in with this pink and use this all over the lid. I don't know. We'll see what we're gonna come up with. I'm not gonna put any Fix Plus on my brush yet because I wanna see how these metallics perform on the eyes without wetting my brush. This is a brush by Too Faced. It's their all over shadow brush. I'm just gonna dip this into that pink. Okay, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. It's not as shiny as I thought it would be on the eyes, but of course you can definitely fix that with putting a little bit of setting spray on your brush to make it look more bold on the eyes. But I think I like it like this. I like how soft it looks. So I'm just gonna stick with not putting Fix Plus on the brush, but I do like that color. It looks really pretty. Y'all, I am really feeling this soft pink look. Like, this is so cute. I think I'm gonna go in with this shade right here and place this on the outside of the lid right in this area. Hopefully this doesn't mess up the look, but you know, it doesn't hurt to try. And I'm taking my Sigma concealer brush, the F70, to apply that with. I think I'm gonna start in the middle first because I may just like this shade just for the middle. And then maybe just smoke out the rest of my eyes on the outer part. That's actually cute. Ooh. That's actually really cute. Now I'm gonna go into the outer part of the lid. So this little space right there, I'm gonna take a little bit of the black. So I don't want it to be too dark, but just enough to kind of smoke it out right in this area. For the inner corner of the tear duct, I'm gonna go back into that pink shade and apply that with my pencil shader brush. This brush is also from my brush set, and I'm just gonna apply a little bit of that on the inner corner of the tear duct. Now I am gonna wet my brush when doing this because I do want it to pop even more right in that area. So I'm just gonna wet it with my Fix Plus. And to make it a little bit brighter on the inner corner of the tear ducts, I usually go in with a lighter shade. So I'm just gonna dip my brush into this white frosty color and just kind of place like a really small amount of that on top of the pink, because this is just pretty much just gonna brighten up the pink so it can stand out even more. See? Okay, done with the eyes. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some lashes, mascara, and a little bit of eyeliner on the bottom lash line. I'm gonna smoke it out with this dark chocolate shade right here so it won't look too, too harsh down there. So I'm just gonna smoke it out with that shade, and then I'll be right back. All right, so we're finally done with the eyes, and I did go ahead and apply a little bit more of my setting powder on my face because I started to get shiny and I did not like that look. So I applied a little bit more of my setting powder in this area, and I also went ahead and applied some on the sides of my jawline so that way it can kind of give me more of a sculpt for my bronzer. So that is one thing that I'm noticing with this foundation stick, is it started to look shiny on the face when I wasn't even done with my makeup yet. So that's kind of like a for me, but I'm just going to go over everything with my bronzer just a little bit to kind of bring that color back in the face so I won't look too washed out. But anyway, now let's go into the highlighter. I do want to apply a little bit of blush first before we go into that. So I'm going to use my e.l.f. blush. This is in the shade Always Spicy. I've been using this all month long and I am obsessed with it. So let me find a brush. There we go. And just apply a little bit of this on the cheeks. Now we can go into the highlighter. So this is in the shade Rise, and this is $28. So it's a little pricey, but this is how the packaging looks. These are really nice packagings, like they feel expensive. This is the darkest shade, and ooh, it feels really, really silky. That's really nice. I'm gonna swatch it right here on my arm so y'all can see it better. Ooh, yes. So let's put this to the test, put it on the face, and see how much of a glow it gives me. I'm gonna use my tapered highlighting brush to apply this, and this is also from my brush set. Okay, I don't see anything. Ooh. Yeah, so I had to swirl my brush in there to get more. Ooh, look at that glow. Look at that. It's not too much, but it's just that perfect, like that perfect amount of glow. Like that is so pretty. Look at that. Even though I had to swirl my brush in there to get more of the product on there to show up, I like that. Like it's not chunky. It looks like a natural glow. Like I love that. So I'm thinking the highlighter is probably my favorite product. Like I can't get over how soft, and it just looks so good. There's literally no fallout with this highlighter. It's so silky, so smooth. When you swirl your brush around, I don't see any fallout. It's just really packed in there really good. So I really like that. This is a lip pencil by ColourPop. It's in the shade K. This one is currently discontinued, which I am so sad about because this is like the perfect brown. Now I want to go into a lip gloss. So I think I'm gonna take one of the glosses back here. This is, those are the new Marc Jacob lip gloss sticks. So let me grab one of those real quick. I really don't even need a lip liner with this because it shows up really nice without it, but I just went ahead and applied a lip liner. But this is in the shade Mocha Choco-Latta. So this is what the packaging looks like. It looks very similar to the Marc Jacobs lip glosses, but you do have it where you can twist it up. Only thing I don't like about these is you can't twist it down. So if you are twisting it up, do not twist it up a lot because you are not able to twist it back down. But this is in the shade Mocha Choco-Latta. So, and just apply this on the lips. I don't think I like it with the lip liner. Let me take this off. I really don't need a lip liner with this, so I don't know why I even applied the lip liner. All right, so this is the completed look. I really hope you guys like the look that I came up with. I think it's really cute, really girly. You can definitely get away with wearing this at night, day, pretty much any time of the day, whether you're going on a date night or if you're going out shopping or just pretty much anywhere. I feel like it's a very nice soft look. It's not too much. It's not, you know, overly dramatic. It's just really cute and soft and girly. So I do like how this came out. Let's talk about these eyeshadows. So the palette does retail for $38. Let me make sure. I keep forgetting. Yes, $38 for the palette. Now it does come with an eyeshadow brush. I did not use it in today's video, but this is what it looks like. So I probably wouldn't use that other than to apply a shade right here on the inner corner of the tear ducts. But I like these shadows. I like the quality. The mattes in here are probably my favorite. They are easy to blend out on the eyes. The metallics in here are really nice. You guys saw that I didn't really have to apply any Fix Plus, any type of setting spray on my brush to, you know, allow them to show up even more on the eyes. You guys see that it does show up really nicely without wetting the brush, so I do like that about it. And the quality of the palette I think is really nice. It feels like an expensive palette. Now I wasn't too much of a fan of the swatches when I was swatching the metallics, but once I started applying them on the eyes, I saw that they performed better on the eyes than they did when I was swatching them. Now some of the swatches, even though they've already rubbed off, some of the swatches were more pigmented than the others, especially this dark shade right here. This is the one that I used for the middle of the lid. This one was more pigmented than any, I feel like it was more pigmented than any of the metallics in here. But other than that, I really like the quality of these shadows. So you pretty much have a palette that you can create everyday looks, nighttime looks, daytime looks. So you do have quite a few looks that you can definitely achieve with this palette. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Now let's go into the foundation sticks. So I'm not a fan of these. The texture is thick, it felt sticky, and I did have to repowder my face after I got done doing my eyeshadows. So that's one thing that I didn't really like. Now the color was perfect. I think I have on, yeah, I have on the shade Cinnamon. And even though I haven't worn this all day, the fact that I had to repowder my face because it started to shine, like it started getting really shiny in this area, my chin. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think that is where they came up with the name. It's called the Firm Flesh Thickstick Foundation. So it definitely feels thick on the skin. It feels, my skin doesn't feel tacky now that I have on setting powder, but it does feel pretty thick on the skin. So I probably would not wear this time of the year because it is pretty hot outside. I want something that's very lightweight on the skin. This is probably gonna be a good foundation to wear during the winter time. And another thing that I'm not a fan of with this foundation stick is it is so freaking tiny. Like this is, girl, this is a chapstick. I mean, look how much product you're getting. You're not getting much for it to be $18. So the only thing that is really winning with this foundation stick is the shade match. Like when I first applied it on the skin, it did look very soft, very flawless. Like it really blended into my skin perfectly, and it just looked nice and just natural looking. But the fact that I had to repowder, that's just really drawing me back from this foundation stick. So who knows how it's gonna last like a full 8-hour day. So I'm gonna try it out tomorrow when I go to work and wear it on my face and see how it looks by the end of the day. But I don't know, we're gonna see. Now let's talk about the highlighter. You guys already know this is my favorite product from today's video. I am very impressed with this. It was $28, so it's a little pricey for a highlighter, but I mean, it literally seems like a very expensive highlighter. Like there's no kick up, there's no, like it does not feel powdery. It just feels like a really expensive highlighter. Like it's very silky smooth, and I am living for this. I think if I had to price these, I would definitely price a highlighter at $18. I would price the foundation stick at $8, and I would price the eyeshadow palette at $28. But besides that, I'm really glad that I got to try these products out and share them with you guys, because you guys were just as curious as I was with this brand. So I really hope this video kind of helped you guys on your decision on what to get. And yeah, so that is my first impression and review on Flesh Beauty. Again, you can purchase all of these products from Ulta.com. I'm gonna have the link down below in my description if you guys are interested in purchasing anything that I shared in today's video. But yes, I think that is everything I have. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you thumbs it up if you did enjoy it. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.